Welcome in along with Mike Renner. I'm Steve Palazzolo. It's time to break down round 5. This is where it starts to get a little bit dicey in the draft, but still some talented players coming off the board, starting with, again, the Arizona Cardinals getting another potential starter, Deonte Thompson, the safety from Alabama, first pick of round 5.
He's a little limited athletically, and that's probably why he didn't go higher.
And didn't run a 40
Yes,
on
didn't
purpose.
even run a 40 on purpose, but he has legitimate playmaking ability on the back end. I think he's going to add to Vance Joseph's defense there in terms of what he's just going to be a guy who's going to make 3 to 4 to 5 picks a year. I just think that's what he brings to the table, not necessarily going to be your most sound tackler, maybe not going to be an elite coverage player, but he's going to add playmaking, which the defense is in need of at this point.
Very good free safety skills, just doesn't have the all-around skill set. Anytime you can get a contributor, though, in round 5, I think it's a win. How about Burke Irvin, a tackling machine at Washington, goes to the local Seattle Seahawks. I mean, they could get some value out of him at linebacker.
Burke Irvin there, very athletic linebacker from Washington, graded out extremely well, 90-plus grade, elite grade this past season. Seattle loves their athletic linebackers there. Shaquem Griffin a year ago. I think Burke Irvin, though, much more polished in terms of what he can do in coverage. Maybe not add too much against the run, but this defense that likes people that can play fast, that is Burke Irvin.
I'll let you grab another name in a second, but the next one that really stands out to me is Imani Overstreet, the 8th pick of round 5, a guy that we had a second-round grade on. Cornerback out of Penn State, has good size movement skills, good Senior Bowl. Reminded me a little bit of Aqib Talib with the way he plays. Not sure why he ended up in the 5th round, but I think the Lions get a potential steal here.
Yeah, I love that pick. We had a second-round grade on him. Has some of the smoothest hips of any of the larger, 6'1" sort of cornerbacks in this draft class. I'm very surprised he lasted this long. And another guy with smooth hips that I'm loving the fit of where he went is Marvell Tell, the USC safety, a freak of nature athletically, an absurdly good 3-cone for a 6'2" safety. He might actually be coveted there at cornerback in terms of he has the length, has the size to play cornerback, has the change of direction skills, like I mentioned, the smooth hips to go press and play in that zone defense. So I wouldn't be surprised if a move is in his future, but I love him, the fit there with what Indianapolis does defensively.
Yeah, the Colts are getting some intriguing back 7 coverage defenders in this draft. And again, if you can steal a coverage defender in round 5, a major win. I think the Jets may have with Blake Cashman, linebacker out of Minnesota. The linebacker draft boards, I think, were all over the place. Devin White, Devin Bush, and then everybody was different, 3 through 15. Yeah. But Cashman was a top 4 linebacker on our draft board because of his athleticism and coverage ability.
Yeah, legit 4.5 speed, shows up regularly on tape. I think if you deploy him in a man coverage role, if you actually let him just guard one-on-one, a running back out of the backfield, something like that, he is going to more than hold his own. So I love that pick for them. I like Voshon Joseph going to the Bills. I know it's not necessarily a need for the Bills, but he is a raw player at this point, but fits what they do in terms of athleticism and playmaking at that linebacker position. And then I have to touch on Kingsley Keke, the Green Bay Packers pick. Had the highest win rate of any defensive player in the one-on-ones at the Senior Bowl. He may legitimately, right now, just at this moment, be a better player, a better contributor than Rashawn Gary, who they took in the 1st round. Now, Rashawn Gary obviously has the upside, the athletic potential to be better, and you're going to bet on that athletic potential, but Keke is no slouch athletically in his own right. He actually played a little bit out of position there at Texas A&M, was playing outside a lot. When he is rushing from the inside, I think you can get a much more impactful player than when he was drafted in the 5th round.
What about his teammate, Dalen Mack, going just a few picks after that because the Baltimore Ravens needed another big run-stopping nose tackle. Yeah. I mean, Dalen Mack, another guy that was pushing people around at the Senior Bowl. Again, a good spot for him in round 5. So there you have it. It's your round 5 best picks. For the full breakdown, be sure to get to ProFootballFocus.com.